Hello, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to have a practice activity again regarding the accounting cycle. So let me present the sample activity. This is how your final exam would be like. So I'll be giving you a problem and a chart of accounts wherein you have to prepare the journal entries, the ledger, the trial balance, income statement, and balance sheet. So the first tab is the requirement. The second tab is the chart of accounts. The third tab is the problem. And then you have the journal entry. I have already formatted it so that it would not be that hard for you. The ledger, the trial balance, the income statement, balance sheet. So I'd be removing the closing entries and the post-closing trial balance. So hanggang doon lang po kayo sa balance sheet. To start with, let us go with the problem. So here goes the problem. The owner, Mrs. Clean, invested the following. So building and cash. And then under the amount, we have here 1,150,000 and 120,000 respectively. So let us, how many problems do we have? We have 12. Let's start with the journal entry. So it's June. I'll go back to the chart of account. Okay, so we have Mrs. Clean Laundry Company. For the first problem, the owner, Mrs. Clean, invested building and cash. So let us check the chart of accounts. We have here building, we also have cash, and then we have clean capital. So let's do the journal entry. So on June, what date is that? June 1. So we have a debit to cash, another debit to building, and then a credit to clean capital. All right, clean capital. Clean capital. Record initial investment. So how much is that? Sabi natin, mag-equal sign lang tayo and then click nyo yung problem, click nyo yung amount, enter. So, matik, lalabas doon. What's good about it is you lessen the possibility of encoding the wrong digit. So, for the building, again, you just type equals and then click on the problem, click on the amount. Wait, parang something mali. Yung cash pala ang 20,000. Equals. So, cash 120,000 and building is equals to 1,150,000. And then for the credit, you simply click equals and then click on the first amount plus the second amount. So, automatic, for example, I change the amount of cash to 150,000. So you could see here in the journal entry that automatically the amount changes not only on the debit side but also on the credit side. So kung may nakamali kayong isang amount, once once you corrected the original amount, automatic maitatama na yung mga succeeding steps. So let's proceed. Let's make this again 120,000. Let's use the original amount. For the second transaction, we have purchased washing machines and laundry equipment on account. So let us check the chart of account. Ang nandito po ay furniture and fixtures. So tingnan nga natin, washing machine at saka laundry equipment. Washing machine, laundry equipment. So dito siya papasok sa property, plant, and equipment. Kasi yung furniture and fixtures, mga cabinets yon. So we will use property, plant, and equipment. Purchase. So, 2, nagkaroon po ng, pwede nyo rin palang i-equals to. Tapos you look for the chart of account and then you click on the account name, there you go, property, plant, and equipment. And then, since it is purchased, hindi naman on account, on account. So, that would be accounts payable. So, to record purchase on how much is that? Click equals, go to problem, click the amount, 160,000. Same goes for the credit side. Next, we have problem 3. Receive cash as an advance payment for laundry services. Receive cash. Okay. So, we debit cash. How much? 40,500 advance payment. So, ibig sabihin, utang, advance payment, unearned income. How much? Kung magkano po yung naka-debit. Di ba, andali? Next, problem number 4. Receive cash from customers. So, nakatanggap na naman siya ng cash. So, you debit cash. How much? Equals, you go back to the problem, 215,200. And then, ano yung sabi? Receive cash from customers. So, our credit would be service revenue. Wait, we don't have explanation here pala. So, let's just insert rows. So, this one to receive, to record advance payment. And then this one to record payment for services. So, for the amount of the credits, it is equal to your debit amount. Next transaction. Transaction number 5. Okay, so rendered partial service for the advance payment received, 25,400. Advance payment, balikan natin to, yung unearned income. So, nag-render siya ng service, mababawasan yung kanyang utang. So, equals unearned income, i-debit natin. Tapos, magiging service revenue na siya. Meaning, income na siya, hindi na siya utang. So, in effect, naka-credit yung utang nyo dito ng 40,500, naka-debit yung unearned income ninyo ng 25,400. Ima-minus nyo lang yon. So, 40,500 minus 25,000. 15,100 na lang yung inyong utang. Next, let's have the explanation. To record service rendered. We have number 6 transaction. Paid salaries and wages, 18,000. So, equals, tingnan natin kung ano yung account na ginamit. Salaries and wages. And then, paid, nagbayad. So, nabawasan yung cash mo, credit. Basta sabi natin, basta nagbabayad, ikine-credit natin yung cash. How much? Equals, go back to the problem, click on the amount, enter. So this one equals, and then click on the amount, enter to record payment of salaries and wages. Salaries na lang para hindi na siya mag-extend doon sa column. Next, we have transaction number 7. Paid PLDT, Meralco, and Prime Water. Nagbayad na naman. So, automatic credit kayo ng cash. And then, tingnan po natin kung ano yung chart, yung account na ginamit. So, wala namang lights, water, and telephone. Ang nakalagay ay utilities. So, this is what you are going to use. Utilities expense. How much? Equals, go back to the problem, click on the amount, 12,500. So, for the credit side, you just click on equals and then the amount, 12,400 to record payment of utilities. Yung mga lights, water, and telephone expenses, we call it utilities expense. Next transaction, withdrew cash for personal use, 12,800. Withdrew. So, nawala na naman siya ng cash, yung credit cash. And then, tingnan natin, anong ginamit na account for the withdrawal? We have clean drawing. For the amount equals, go back to the problem, 12,800. So, same goes for the credit side to record owner's withdrawal. Next, transaction number 9. Purchase store cabinets, 44,000. Purchase. So, bumili siya, mababawasan ulit yung cash niya. We credit cash. And then, store cabinets equals, tignan natin yung chart of account. So, yun yung furniture and fixtures. How much? So, equals, go back to the problem, 44,000, enter. Equals, click on the amount, enter, to record purchase of cabinets. Alright, cabinets. Oh my God. To record purchase of cabinets. Next, transaction number 10. Right. So, transaction number 10 is render the remaining balance for the advance payment received. So, walang amount kung magkano. But if you would remember, a while back, we computed for the amount of the unearned income. So, let's go back. We have here 40,500. So, siguro i-record muna natin. We debit unearned income. Earned income. And we credit service revenue. Kasi na-i-render na yung service. So, paano natin i-compute? Yung ginawa natin kanina, equals Kuhanin niyo yung original na utang niya, 40,500 minus yung kanyang ni-render na unang service, 25,400. The balance is 15,100. So for the credit side, you just copy the amount of that 15,100, which means nawala ng utang yung clean company since lahat ng kanyang tinanggap na advance payment ay na-render na niya. So, to record service for record, anong ginamit natin kanina explanation? To record service rendered. Service rendered. Okay, so transaction number 11. Billed customer for services rendered. Na-render na yung service pero hindi pa binayaran ng customer. So, in effect, magkakaroon ka po ng pautang. So, let's check on the chart of accounts. Accounts receivable. And then, that is counted already as service revenue kasi na-render na niya yung service eh. Record billing for services rendered. Okay, so let's get the amount. 112,000. Copy. Next, last transaction number 12. Paid advance rent for the commercial stall. Nagbayad. So, credit agad si cash. Yan, tingnan natin kung ano yung ide-debit. Nagbayad siya ng renta. Alright, so wala pala dito rent expense. Wait, let me check again on the problem. Paid advance rent. So, that would be prepaid rent kasi advance. Ayun. Okay. So, prepaid rent of how much? 20,000. So, to record advance rent. Mahalaga ilagay niyo yung advance kasi it means to say hindi pa nagagamit. Diba kanina a while back tinignan ko yung expenses. Walang rent expense. So, ibig sabihin doon siya papasok sa prepaid rent. So, what we do is we put an equal, a line, which means an equal sign. And then, we sum just to check if the debits is equals to the credit side. So we have equal amount of 1,945,000, double rule. And then we move on with the ledger. Save nyo siya para control S. Okay, so we have here assets, liabilities, and capital. For the assets, we're going to start with once. Click tayo sa chart of accounts ulit. Cash. And then, equals accounts receivable. Yung supplies, wala naman tayong naging entrada sa supplies. So, pwede nyo na siyang wag ilagay. Prepaid rent. For the liabilities, we have, we still have, ano pa pala, for the, wait, let me check. We still have other asset accounts pa pala, yung non-current equals, property, plant, and equipment. Gawin na lang natin siya PPE. Kaya lang naka-jive kasi yun doon sa, sa chart of accounts. Hindi natin pwedeng mag-win. So, equals furniture and fixtures. And then, yung land, wala naman, ito, merge ko na. Yung land, wala naman tayong entrada sa land. So, proceed na kayo sa building. Have it both. Okay. And then for the liabilities, we have already written accounts payable this time. Let us have an earned income. Okay. For the capital account, we have clean capital and merged lang. Equals clean drawing. All bold. So we also have the income accounts equals service revenue. Diba, wala po siyang kahirap-hirap, maning-mani. So equals, we have utilities expense, and then another expense account, we have salaries and wages. All right. So from here, we could start with the posting of the accounts. Let's just make this look like at the account. So let's put a line para magmukha siyang the account. Copy paste ko yung Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V victory, Control V, Control V victory. Same goes for the other accounts. Kasi para magmukha siyang ledger. Yung ledger kasi kapag tinignan nyo siya, parang letter T siya. Kung ano kasi yung nasa left side, ganun din yung nasa right side. Okay, so let's proceed with the posting. First, we have cash, 120,000 cash. So ledger, punta tayo sa cash debit equals journal entry, 120,000. And then, sunod. Lagyan natin siya ng sign that it is posted. So, meron bang sign na insert symbol nga natin? Baka may check sign dito. Symbol. Check. Wala pang check dito. Normally kasi ang inilalagay is check. Tingnan pa lang kung tayo makikita. Parang wala. Symbols lang. So, hanap na lang tayo ng mukhang check. Ayun, baka pwede. How about ang check? Insert. Close. Okay. So, siguro color na lang. Kasi parang hindi naman halata. Yung kasi yung magiging palatandaan nyo that you have already posted the amount. So next, let's move on with the building account. Debit ulit siya, equals. Balikan nyo si journal, debit, enter. Then, balik kay journal, make it colored to mean that it has already been posted. Ano po ang purpose nun? Para, halimbawa, may kumausap sa inyo, may dumating na tao, alam nyo na doon kayo na-stop. Normally kasi, di ba, ang daming mga distractions. So, kung wala kayong palatandaan, the tendency is for you to check again, saan ba ako nahinto. That is why every time we post an account, we put a check mark to indicate that we already posted it. So, next we move on with clean capital credit. So, punta kayo sa credit side, equals, then enter. Next, color. Property, plant, and equipment, debit. Property, plant, and equipment, debit. And then, balik sa journal entry, color. Accounts payable, credit. Credit. So, balik kay journal entry, credit. 160. So, kulayan. Next, cash, debit, 40,500. Debit. Maging maingat kayo sa pag-click ng debit at saka credit, ha. Pag nagkamali kayo dyan, mamamali na kayo sa trial balance nyo, sa mga financial statements ninyo. And then, color. Mamaya na natin lagyan ng mga comma style para isang click na lang tayo. Next, we have an earned income, credit. Credit. An earned income. 40,500. Then, cash, 215,200 debit. Equals, click every amount, color, and then service revenue, credit, credit side, service revenue, enter, color, unearned income, debit, unearned income, so that's under liabilities, debit, how much? 25,400. Then we go back, color, and then service revenue, credit, service revenue, credit, 25,400. We go back and then we color it. Next, salaries and wages, we have debit of 18,000 pesos. Salaries and wages, debit. Balikan, kunin yung amount, enter. Balikan, kulayan. So, next, we have cash, credit. So, punta kayo kay cash. Credit side, ito, yung right side, equals. Balikan yung journal entry, enter. Next, color. Utilities expense, debit. Punta tayo sa expenses. Equals, journal entry, 12,500, balik color. Then, credit to cash. Credit side equals, balikan yung journal entry, enter, balikan, kulay. Next, clean drawing, 12,800. Debit. So, debit, get the amount, go back, color, and then credit is cash. Equals, journal entry, enter, go back, color. Next, furniture and fixture, a debit to 44,000. Punta kay furniture and fixtures, debit side. Go back to the journal entry, click on the amount, go back to the journal entry, color. So, kung mapapansin nyo, very routinary. Paulit-ulit lang. You just have to do the same process over and over again. So, cash, credit of 44,000, and then we color it. You only have three more transactions. So, unearned income debit, we go back to the ledger. Unearned income debit equals, let's get the amount. Okay, color means posted already. Service revenue credit, service revenue equals 15,100. Okay, service and then color it. Next, we have accounts receivable debit. So the accounts receivable account, and then debit, go back, color. Next, we have service revenue again. Service revenue credit. What's journal entry, service revenue entry, color. Down to lasts, we have prepaid rent debit. What's then posted, we have cash of 20,000 credit. And then color. So we're done with the posting to the general ledger. Next, to. So, pwede natin siya lagyan ng comma style para pare-pareho. Okay? And then let's make it, let's unbold it. Okay? And then we put an equal sign to get the balances. Summation, which is auto sum, plus plus. And then from here, we put another equal sign. Looking at it, the debit side is greater than the credit side. So you put an equal sign, click on the debit amount minus the credit amount. So you have 268,400. This would be the final amount for the cash account. This would be the one to be transferred to your trial balance. So for the accounts receivable, there was no other account, so you don't have to put an equal sign anymore. You just have to double rule, meaning to say that's the amount that you will be transferring to the trial balance. Same goes for the prepaid rent, for the property, plant, and equipment, for the furniture and fixtures, and for the building. All right. So we move with the accounts payable. Okay, so since it's final, make it bold. And then for the unearned income, we have more than one entry. First, let's make it, put it in the standard form with comma. And then you put an equal sign. You get the summation. We could see that it is equal, and therefore since it is equal, you simply double rule, meaning wala kayong ilalagay sa trial balance kasi wala na kayong utang, na-render na ninyo lahat. Next, we have clean capital since there was only one amount. You just double rule it. Double rule the clean drawing. For the service revenue, there is no debit entry for the service revenue. So we simply have to sum up all the credit amounts and then, sorry, let's put the account, the comma. And then double rule the final amount. Next, we have utilities expense. Isa lang siya. Salaries and wages, isa lang din. Alright, so we are ready to prepare the trial balance. So what's the name of the company? Clean Laundry Company. the title of the financial statement that is being prepared, trial balance, and then the date, June uh, 30, 2021. Center. So we simply have to list down all the accounts starting from the assets down to the expenses. So to make it simple, you just click on equals and then cash. Dire-diretso lang siya. Followed by accounts receivable. Followed by uh, prepaid rent. Followed by property, plant, and equipment. Followed by furniture and fixtures, followed by land, followed by equals, click on chart of account, click on building, enter. So you have their building equals, anong sunod dun sa ating assets? We have the liability, accounts payable. Next, equals, chart of accounts, click on unearned income, equals, chart of accounts, click on clean capital, enter. Next, equals, chart of accounts, click on clean drawing, enter, equals, chart of accounts, service revenue, chart of accounts, utilities, chart of accounts, salaries, and wages. So, ganun lang po kadali. And then we have the debit, signified by BR, and the credit signified by CR. Let's get the amount from the ledger. So, equal sign, click on the ledger tab. For the cash, you go to the cash account and then click on the final balance and then enter. So, mamaya na ulit natin ilagay yung mga formatting. So, same goes for the accounts receivable. Ledger, click on the amount, enter. Then prepaid rent equals ledger. Naka-debit naman siya lahat. Tingnan nyo ha, careful ulit kayo. Baka mailagay nyo sa credit side yung debit. So, hindi kayo mag-equal. And then, furniture and fixtures. We have land. Sorry, wala naman pala tayong land. So, we could delete this row. Building equals 1,150,000. Next, we have accounts payable. So, normally, credit naman talaga yun, di ba? So, punta tayo sa ledger. Ayun po, naka-credit siya. So, enter. For the unearned income, upon checking the ledger, we could see that there is no more unearned income. So, in your trial balance, pwede nyo na rin siyang i-delete. Wala namang amount. For the clean capital, normally it is credit balance. So, tingnan nyo po. Capital, ayun, credit nga siya. Enter. Next, clean drawing. So, si clean drawing, tingnan nyo, nasa debit. So, dito nyo siya ilagay sa debit side. Equals, click nyo, enter. Service revenue. Diba? Normally, credit ang revenue. To go back to the ledger. So, we have here credit. Enter. Click on the amount. Enter. Utilities expense. Ang expenses, ang normal side ay debit. So, we go to the expense. 12,500. And for the salaries and wages, we have 18,000. So, first, let us put the comma style. And then, alisin na natin yung centavo amount. Wala namang mga centavo amount. And then, we put an equal sign. Then, we have to summarize. Ito na po. Kailangan mag-balance siya. Tcharan! Ayun. So, balance siya. Kapag balance siya, makakahinga na kayo. Let's make it bold. And then, double line. Nakakahinga na kayo na balance, but that doesn't mean na tama. Dahil nga, posible kasi na for example, napagpalit nyo yung amount na accounts receivable tsaka prepaid rent, magtatama pa rin siya. Pero when you check the individual amounts, posibleng merong nagkaroon ng interchange. Next, we prepare the income statement. Sabi natin, una nating piniprepare ang income statement. Let's just copy the heading. So, Control C, Control V. Oh, we can do that. Image as well. Bakit? Hindi niya ano. Sige, equals na lang tayo. Laundry company. Ayaw niya. Bakit? Control C. Ayaw niya magpa. Dahil pag naka-merge, hindi pwede. Sige, type na lang natin. Hindi naman tayong kausap eh. Clean Laundry Company. And then the type of financial statement, we have income statement. Sabi natin, kapag income statement, ang inilalagay for the period ended June 30, 2021. Okay. So, ang nasa income statement, lahat ng revenue, tsaka expenses, or what we call the nominal account. So, let us first get the income account. So, ang income account ay yung service revenue. How much? So, trial balance na kayo titingin. 300. Enter. Less expenses. So, ano yung ating expenses? Should natin dito para ito yung expenses. Para pantay-pantay, maganda siyang tignan. Less expenses. So, ang mga expenses natin ay utilities expense at saka salaries expense. Enter. So, how much ang utilities expense equals, click trial balance, click the amount of utilities expense, same goes for the salaries and wages. So, i-total nyo, equal sign, then dito nyo na siya ilagay, equals this one plus this one, enter. So, makikita nyo agad that the total of all the expenses is 30,500. So, for us to come up with the net income, obvious naman na net income dahil mas malaki yung ating revenue sa expenses. So, equals revenue minus expenses. We have 337,200. Format lang. So, double rule. This one is important because this would be transferred to your balance sheet. Last one, balance sheet. So, we have Clean Laundry Company. Clean Laundry Company. The name of the financial statement is balance sheet. And then for the balance sheet, ang inilalagay natin as of June 30, 2021. Kung mapapansin nyo, iba-iba yung nilalagay sa date, diba? Yung trial balance, simply date lang. Yung income statement for the period ended. Sa balance sheet as of. Okay? So, let us prepare the, ano bang mas maganda? The account form. So, we have here assets. And then, on the right side, let us have the liabilities and capital. So, kung magka-cash tayo dito, format lang natin ha. Wait, siguro para mas madali, konti lang naman, let's just have the report form. So, assets equals, kunin lang natin sa trial balance, cash. Wait. So, ang assets pala, meron pang current and non-current, sorry. From the chart of accounts, we have current assets and non-current assets. So, equals, kopyahin na lang natin. Current assets. So, under current assets, we have sa trial balance, cash. Ano pa? Accounts receivable. Ano pa? Prepaid rent. Okay. So, and then we have the non-current assets. Anong nasa non-current assets natin? We have property, plant, and equipment. We also have furniture and fixtures. And then we also have the building. So after that, we're going to arrive with the total current and non-current here. And then for here, we will have total assets. So, kuhanin natin yung amount for cash equals, click on the amount, enter, accounts receivable equals, click nyo yung trial balance na tab, click nyo yung amount na accounts receivable, and then enter. Same goes for the prepaid rent, trial balance, enter. So, pwede nyo kuhanin yung amount na equals para ma-determine nyo kung magkano lahat yung current assets. So, equals plus. So, your total current asset is 400,400. Let's do the same for the non-current assets. We have property, plant, and equipment, furniture, and fixtures, at saka building. Parang mali yung na-click ko kanina. Furniture and fixtures. Alright. 160.44. So, to get the amount, dapat lang kayo dito sa kabila, equal sign, click on the first amount plus the second amount plus the third amount, and then enter. So, to get the total assets, lagyan natin siya ng equal sign. I-add nyo lang po si current at saka si non-current assets. So, our total assets is, i-bold na natin siya. Bold, and then, double line. So, next we have liabilities and capital. So, let's have liabilities first. Under liabilities, we have isa lang accounts payable. Sorry, accounts payable. Hindi ko yata siya na-equal. Equals trial balance, accounts payable, enter. So, let's get the amount. Extend ko na siya dito sa tapat na to kasi isa lang naman yung amount ng liability. So, pwede nyo na siyang sabihin na total na yon. Ngayon, kung merong more than one liability, you do the same just like for the current assets and the non-current assets. Ihilera nyo muna siya ng pantay-pantay. So, for the accounts payable, we have this amount. Okay. So, we move on with the capital. capital. Ang ating capital, we have clean capital, enter, enter, equals muna natin yung clean capital, enter. Then, magkano equals, trial balance natin, 1,270,000. I-less natin yung clean drawing. Magkano? Ayun, enter. So, equals guhit ng isa. And then, sorry, minus equals this one minus this one. Okay. So, from there, we add net income in order to arrive at the ending capital. Total. Lagyan lang natin siya ng total. Add net income. This would be, ito kasi beginning. This would be the ending capital. Total add net income is equals to ending. So, magkano yung ating net income? Kukuhanin nyo sa income statement. This one. Enter. Nakakakaba, baka hindi So, guhit, baka hindi equal. Equals, sorry, dito natin ilagay. Equals, this one, the total, minus, plus net income. Naku, hindi siya balance. Saan tayo nagkamali? Minus ba ang ginawa ko dito? Minus naman. Clean capital minus clean drawing. Magkano ang difference ba? 1,754 minus this one. Sorry. Hindi pa pala final. Pinabahan agad ako. I-add pa kasi natin yung capital, liabilities. So, we will have total. Pinabahan na ako. Liabilities and capital is equals to liabilities plus yung capital. Yon. So, balance. My God. Kasi ngayon ko lang din ginawa tong activity niya. Kaya medyo hindi ko siya, medyo sariwa pa rin siya sa mata ko. But that's good. We made the correct procedure. We come up with the total assets of 1,754,400 and the same amount for total liabilities and capital. So your exam would be something like this. I-attach nyo siya sa Google Classroom. And aside from that, meron kayong sasagutan ng mga multiple choice na galing din dito sa inyong pinrepare na financial statements. Okay, so thank you very much and good luck sa inyong exam, guys. God bless.